Welcome to Volume 3 of the Middlesbrough Football Club video magazine. It's a cracking episode for Borough fans. The race for promotion is wide open, and consistency at Ayresome Park continues to keep Lenny Lawrence's side in touch at the top. But it's success in the cup competitions that provides the memorable highlights in this action-packed chapter. Coming up, double delight against Manchester City as lightning strikes twice at Ayresome Park. Magic moments first in the Rumbelows and then in the FA Cup, where Middlesbrough repeat their knockout form with a glorious comeback against Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. We've got all the highlights home and away, including a Boxing Day bonus against arch rivals Newcastle, plus exclusive interviews to keep you right in touch with life at Ayresome Park. But we start in the ZDS Cup, where a home encounter with Tranmere ends in frustration, despite a dominant display by Borough. Record signing Andy Payton is missing with an ankle injury.
This is Phillips, Slaven just inside, being held up by Higgins. Slaven tries the 1-2, Phillips, he's got round the outside, can he get the cross in? He can, a chance here for Borough, oh, and a left foot shot wide of the target. Martindale's gone through the middle, but out comes Robbie Mustoe, good ball that. Stuart Ripley now, he'll try and take Hughes on the outside here. Hughes standing up, not diving in, making him do it the hard way. Ripley finds a gap, oh, and there's Mustoe with a back heel, off the post and into Nixon's hands. Well, Mustoe started the move and finished it, and so unlucky there. Still the pressure coming from Middlesbrough. Wilkinson. Nixon, formerly with Manchester City, rolls the ball out. Picked up here by Martindale. Aldridge, once again. Robbie Mustoe pinching the ball, and that's a good one for Slaven. Slaven's through. Oh, good trickery from him, and once again, a good save by Nixon. So a rare attack this by Tranmere. Again, Borough's defence dealing with it coolly, and a fine ball just cut out there by Higgins, but picked up again by Slaven. Another good save by Nixon, got both hands behind the ball and held it well. Hughes, what a bad clearance that is. This is Mustoe. Paul Wilkinson. Back to Phillips. Nice ball in from Phillips. The header over the top. Didn't get over that one. Slaven coming in for any knockdowns. Long throw from Brannan. Picked on by Steele. Bernie Slaven tries a shot. Oh, hits the top of the bar there. The angle of bar and post. Once again, woodwork denies Middlesbrough. Oh, Slaven again. Jamie Pollock, nice little touch from him. Another great save by Nixon, one-handed. Bernie Slaven on the ball here. Tries that shot, look, beat Nixon all ends up, but not the woodwork. Good interchange here. This is John Aldridge. Morrissey. Father, of course, played for Everton. Oh, and he's bobbled in there. My, off the head there of John Aldridge.
So a match Borough could have won by a mile ends in the season's first defeat at Ayresome Park.
Well, we start with a Zenith Data Systems Cup quarter-final. Home advantage against Tranmere Rovers, but John Aldridge scored the only goal.
It was a freak game. I don't think we've dominated a home game or had more chances in any game this season. I think we must have had 7 or 8 clear chances. We hit the bar, at the post, had them cleared off the line. It's one of them games. And I think the fact that it was a Zenith game really made it easier to bear. I would have been massively disappointed if that had been a league game or one of the major cups. I mean, nobody likes to lose, but I mean, if we were going to lose to a freak game like that, then it was better to be in the Zenith. I mean, Tranmere were honest enough and they were embarrassed. Their phrase was, at least Dick Turpin wore a mask. because it was highway robbery.
New signing Andy Peake makes his debut in the promotion clash against Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park, where Gordon Cowans is also making his debut for the home side.
Jason Wilcox out to Mike Newell, taking on the man who slipped, Curtis Fleming, and round him. Shot in! Can anybody get on the end of it? Oh! Scott Sellers so close. First time he's really had that kind of freedom. And he is the one who takes the corner. Flicked away by Mark Atkins and Gordon Cowans, but Middlesbrough still with it until Jason Wilcox gets a toe in the way. Garner, Wilcox now in an attacking role. Garner in the box, flicks it wide and just wide of the post. Stuart Ripley. Jason Wilcox chasing back. And the penalty given. Jason Wilcox bringing down Stuart Ripley as Bernie Slavin, who's already scored once from the penalty spot this season, ventures forward to take on Bobby Mims. And puts it in the far corner of the net as Bobby Mims goes the other way. So the Rovers looking for a quick reply. Scott Sellers, edge of the box. Inside to Alan Wright, he goes down. And yet again, that deadly pointed finger picks out the white dot in the middle of the penalty area. So would you believe it? So Mike Newell against Stephen Pearce. Newell scores in exactly the same way. Gordon Cowans over to Richard Brown. Not afraid to run at defenders, this lad. Superb ball to Mike Newell. Underside of the bar, denies him his second of the match. Wilcox on his right, delayed his pass too long. Might not matter anyway. Wilcox onside, hits the bar, well would you believe it? And Lee Richardson still awaiting the opportunity on the Rovers bench as this header comes in, and it's in the back of the net! The header from Kevin Moran. Jason Wilcox, put back to Gordon Cowans. Neat little chip up, chase on. Nicky Reed's there. And yet again it's that man Stephen Pearce who denies him.
Borough condemned to their first league defeat in 4 matches by the final strike from Mark Atkins. A result that lifts Kenny Dalglish's side into the top 4 and leaves Middlesbrough 1 point behind leaders Cambridge.
Well, then we move back to the second division, a trip up to Blackburn Rovers. A key match this, in which 2 penalties in the space of 60 seconds at the end of the first half altered the course of the game.
Yeah, I mean, our general performance was quite good. We lost it. I mean, we got a goal just before half-time, and then, you know, lack of bad play, lack of concentration, and Curtis Fleming getting a little bit the wrong side of somebody and panicking, and we gave away a bad penalty at a bad time just before half-time, which put them level. They got on top in the second half, Blackburn, and a goal from a set play again has done us. So it wasn't an overall bad performance, but the manner of the defeat was particularly annoying.
You were reported as saying that in 9 years of management you'd never been so angry.
Yeah, I was really angry at half-time after that penalty, because you know, if they'd have come in 1-0 down, Blackburn, we would have seen what they were made of in the second half. But I was furious that we should lack concentration and give a goal away like that within a minute of us scoring one ourselves. And I let the players know that. But as I say, I mean, the performance was overall okay, but it was just that particular lapse and then the lapse from the corner later in the game.
Well, Willie, the fans are wondering what's happened to you over the last few weeks. What is the state of play now with that injury of yours?
It's just about there. I've been out for the last 5 months now, and I'm only about a couple of weeks away from my first game, but it's coming on well.
Now you're getting close to that first game. A little bit of apprehension maybe in the mind?
Yeah, obviously I will be with the injury, and that I'll be a bit wary in the first couple of games. You know, obviously I'll play a couple of reserve games, but yeah, I will be wary going into tackles and that, just to make sure the knee's all right.
Well, it was back in September that you made your last appearance. You'd played 11 games on the trot, scoring 4 goals. Valuable contribution to the side, and you've been sadly missed.
Yeah, well, the lads have done well just now, you know. They're still in the 2 cups, they're still in the running for the league, so they've done well, even that I haven't been playing, you know. But it is disappointing to miss all the big games, you know, like the Man City games and the Sheffield Wednesday games. Yeah,
especially those, because it's been 2 marvellous cup runs, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right, as I say, like that's the games you miss, like the big crowds, the big atmosphere, you know, and the thrill of the cup.
There's a special atmosphere at Ayresome Park for the Rumbelows Cup tie with Manchester City. 17 years old Jamie Pollock is recalled in place of cup-tied Andy Peake, but the 4th round tie almost came to a premature end when thick fog descended minutes after the kick-off.
Phillips with the corner. Kernaghan's header, oh, off the woodwork. And hardly a blue shirt move for that one. So unlucky. Here it is from another angle. Phillips swinging that one in. Kernaghan gets the touch and the post denies him. And Kernaghan, the Borough skipper, playing a leading part here in this game against Manchester City. Fleming over the top. This is Wilkinson, gets the ball across, a chance here, it's there! Robbie Mustoe scores in the 57th minute. It's Middlesbrough 1, Manchester City 0. And Ayresome Park erupts in a sea of delight. Wilkinson playing it across, and look, nobody marking Mustoe at all. An easy shot for him. It's Borough 1, City 0. The blue shirts chasing shadows there. And the crowd really getting behind Borough now. Good ball that by young Pollock. Some tentative defending there by Manchester City. And Borough again come forward. Good run by Mustoe in the middle. Long cross in, this is Slaven with the shot, oh, he bent backwards instead of forwards. The ball swung across from the right. Slaven, well, there was handball given, he claims it came off his thigh. So free kick to Middlesbrough. Wilkinson waiting in the middle. Pollock runs over the ball, floated across. Look at the space Kernaghan's got, he drives in the shot. There's Wilkinson, he got the vital touch. Celebration there for Alan Kernaghan. He set it up, but it was Paul Wilkinson who nudged it over the line. You see it here from behind the goal. Kernaghan again allowed far too much room by the City defence. Gets the shot in, parried there by goalkeeper Coton, and Wilkinson prods it into the net. 2-0 to the Borough, and on their way through to the next round, surely, of the Rumbelows League Cup. Kernaghan driving it in, came through the legs of Hill actually. So a remarkable scoreline at the moment. Middlesbrough 2, Manchester City 0. That second goal coming in the 69th minute. And Manchester City trying to hit back now. Really stung by that golden burst by Middlesbrough. Hill getting it forward. Laid off by Quinn. City not getting much change out of this Borough defence though. Oh, and that one's crept in. White just got the touch. Just a couple of minutes left for play though. The ball played in from the right. A good cross this by Hill. And White just got across the defender and nudged it into the far post.
City's late fight back can't deny Borough a place in the last 8 for the first time in 16 years. On that occasion, the Ayresome Park men went on to reach the semi-finals before being knocked out by the Manchester club at Main Road. So sweet revenge for Borough fans, who can now look forward to a quarter-final tie at Peterborough.
Well, Paul, consistency is certainly the name of your game. We have goals against Manchester City in both cups, against Swindon Town in the league, and Sheffield Wednesday again in the cup, of course, not to mention the winner at St James's Park on Boxing Day.
Yeah, obviously it's been a good time for us lately. We've picked up well again, and hopefully we can keep it going now for the rest of the season.
Which of those goals gave you most satisfaction?
I think obviously scoring against First Division clubs always gives you satisfaction, because that's where everybody wants to be in their career, and hopefully now, if we can keep the league form going, we might be playing there next year.
Well, you scored the winner against Manchester City in that fourth round Rumblow's League Cup tie. Can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, I mean, we'd just gone in the lead for Robbie Mustoe, and the game was a game of 2 hours really. The first half was fogged off more than anything, because nobody could really see what was going on, but the second half we came out and we did well. We went 1 up, and then we put them under a bit of pressure, and I think the ball went to the far post and Kearney whacked it back across the goal, and I managed to get my foot in front of Keith Curl and prod it in from about a couple of yards. So it's about my distance.
Well, Nicky, after almost 2 years of heartbreaking injuries, you now have reason to smile again.
Yeah, it's been great. I've managed to stay in the team. We're doing really well, Cup and League, so everything's going great.
Playing centre-back, your favourite position?
Yeah, that's right. I started when I got into the team at left-back way back 2 years ago, but now I'm where I want to play, and everything's nice, and just happy to be playing again.
Do you feel you're more of a natural central defender than playing wide?
Yeah, I always seen myself as a centre-half. I mean, I played left-back because I was in the team, but I would never have chose to play there.
Sort of fate's worked in a funny, mysterious way for you, hasn't it? Because on the eve of Tony Mowbray's departure to Glasgow, you were contemplating moving down to Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, that's right. I went down to Plymouth for talks, but as soon as I heard about Tony's move to Glasgow, there was no way I was going to leave when, obviously, there was a chance to maybe establish myself here again. So, I mean, Tony's move up there really made my mind up.
And you've come in and things have gone well.
Yeah, like I say, now I'm back in the team and I couldn't be happier.
Back in the league, it's back to earth with a home match against Swindon Town. Record by Andy Payton, who's been injured since marking his debut with a goal against Bristol City, is still out of action.
Stuart Ripley then with the corner. Flicked across, Wilkinson's there, he scored! 38 minutes gone. Middlesbrough 1, Swindon Town 0. And that near post flick by Alan Kernaghan open up the Swindon defence. Ripley plays it to the near post, Kernaghan gets the flick, and in comes Wilco to make it 1-0 to Borough. Swindon Town, of course, one of the classier sides in the second division this season. This is Slaven. On that left foot, gets the shot in. Oh, what a peach that is! Bernie Slaven gave Nicky Hammond no chance at all. 49 minutes of this game gone, and Slaven makes it Borough 2, Swindon Town 0. A bit of a deflection there, but the shot was perfect. Simpson getting that one wide to Kerslake. Picked up by Foley. This is Hazard. Simpson, little fortunate there, chance for the shot. Oh, and what a shot too! Beat Pears with the pace of the shot, and Swindon Town have hit back. Conditions are not conducive to the best football. The players doing admirably. This is Fitzroy Simpson again, the player being watched by some First Division clubs. That comes Shearer with the header. Oh, given the freedom of Ayresome Park there. And Duncan Shearer pulls Swindon level. Proctor. Slaven's cross. So losing his footing there as he made the cross. Slaven again coming for the shot this time. Does so. Oh, just over the bar.
Definitely 2 points dropped by Borough, who would have gone back to the top of the table had they held on to their 2-goal lead.
Well, then you were on target again with the opening goal against Swindon Town. Great period this for Middlesbrough, wasn't it? You had some tremendous football
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing good football for most of the year. We went through a bit of a sticky patch sort of halfway through the first part of the season, but we'd come back well again, and I think it was a corner against Swindon. It was flicked on at the near post by Kearney again. I think I managed to get to the far post and head it in.
Well, then another home game, Swindon Town.
Yeah, we played some great stuff in the opening hour of that. But we just got carried away, you know, and we're charging for it. It was important to look for the third goal. We had a perfectly good goal disallowed there from Bernie Slavin because of a linesman error. But we just lost our heads a little bit and we started charging forward like lunatics when we should have kept our pattern and our shape. And that gave Swindon a chance to get back in the game. Great strike for their first goal. But the second goal was annoying, and they finished up stronger in the last 20, not stronger, but better in the last 25 minutes. But a good football match and a good advertisement for the second division. But at the end of the day, 2 points dropped.
Freezing weather conditions keep Borough waiting nearly 3 weeks for their next match, a Boxing Day showdown with arch rivals Newcastle. A bumper holiday crowd of well over 26,000 packed St James's Park.
No way through for Kelly there. Good smothering tactics by Middlesbrough. This is Paul Bodin, the fullback on loan from Crystal Palace, formerly with Swindon Town, of course, and a Welsh international. Bernie Slavin, no stranger himself to international football, gets it wide for Phillips. Good cross by Phillips. Wilkinson's there, gets the header in. This is Slavin with a shot. Oh, off the crossbar. Bernie Slavin with the left foot. Well worked by Borough. Comes out to Slavin and perhaps put off here by these gale force winds. Clips the crossbar with his final shot. Really is difficult out there for the players. The ball twisting, turning in the wind. Headed forward there by Peake. Good play by Middlesbrough. I thought that they'd been without a game for so long. Bodin drives it through, a nice ball that. Oh, and a chance here for David Kelly. And Kelly steers it wide. Good tackle by Pollock. Good find, young Pollock is a teenager. Proving himself very much a man in these conditions. Phillips with the throw. Good run by Peake. Danger here again and just turned over by Tommy Wright. Jimmy Phillips then with the corner kick. Just look at that wind blowing the corner flag there. They'll have to pull this right back towards the penalty spot. In fact, he pulls it deeper than that. And scrambled away by Newcastle, but not too successfully. Slavin with a shot! Oh, let off there. Fleming getting the ball forward. Wilkinson, good save by Wright. Got his fists to it, managed to turn it round the post. Wilkinson volleying that one in. And now, of course, Newcastle with the wind at their backs. But here's a chance for Wilkinson. He's got half the field to go. Wilkinson up against Wright. Oh, and he's chipped it over the top of him. Beautiful finish by Paul Wilkinson. His 14th goal of the season. And that sent the away fans mad. It's Newcastle United 0, Middlesbrough 1. 54th minute of this game. And Newcastle were all on the attack. They got stranded at the back. And Wilkinson capitalised on it. Back come Borough again then. Making headway against the wind. This is Phillips, drives it in. Oh, just turned past the post by Matthew Appleby. Teenager born in Middlesbrough, Appleby. Wilkinson cleared by Watson. Kelly. Nice little bit of play by David Kelly. This is Bodin. Peacock, Bodin coming for the shot. He's a good striker of the ball. Decides to play it wide. Long ball in, hanging in the wind there. It didn't come down quickly enough for the Newcastle forwards. Oh, and tipped over by Stephen Pears. Good goalkeeping that. Still Newcastle United 0, Middlesbrough 1. Kevin Brock with the free kick here. And that's a good ball into space. Oh, an open goal missed there.
That's Borough's first away win in the league since September the 7th, and it takes them back into joint top spot with leaders Cambridge and Blackburn. But more remarkably, that's their first win at St James's Park in 14 years.
How important was that victory over Newcastle to you?
Very
You've done the
important,
double
yeah.
over the Tynesiders. In fact, it's Borough's first win at St James's Park for 14 years.
Yeah, well, it was a battle, and there was a gale force wind on the day, which made it very difficult, but we deserved it. It was the first time away from home we battled and scrapped our way to a result. And I thought we deserved it, really, especially after coming off that 2.5-week break when Newcastle had been playing regularly.
Well, then you became the hero, really, of Ayresome Park, didn't you, when you went up to St James's Park and scored the only goal against Newcastle United.
Yeah, it was probably the strangest goal of the whole season so far, because it was a very windy day and difficult conditions to play in. It was a pretty even game, but we've been under quite a bit of pressure, and I think the ball broke to Curtis and he played the ball through to me, and I was stood in the halfway line with nobody around me at all, and I think their centre halves had gone forward looking for the goal, and I got the ball, picked it up in my own half. I don't score many like that. I managed to run through without anybody chasing me, and it was sort of me against the keeper, and we sort of stood for about a minute jiggling each way, and then I managed just to put it past him.
What were your feelings when you gathered that ball and you suddenly realised there's nobody there and there's all that distance to go?
Total shock, I think. But no, I mean, it's always nice. I mean, I don't get many like that, so I know how people feel now when they're on a one-on-one with the keeper.
Borough's final match of 1991 is at Fratton Park. Stuart Ripley is still ruled out by a flu virus, and the way Borough performed, it looked like the whole team may have been affected.
Good cross by Neil. Headed back again by Anderton. Shot on the turn, oh, and it's crept in there from Guy Whittingham. Just 9 minutes into this game. Portsmouth playing some delightful football. Neil. Got some good crosses in as Neil, and there's another one, and that one's scrambled in. Oh dear, the defenders were waiting. It's 2-0. Long ball over the top again, and Middlesbrough all at sea once more. This is Anderton. Down he goes, brought down by Steve Pears. Penalty given. Beresford. 3-0. 39th minute. So Phillips probably have a go, top right-hand corner. No, leaves it to Peake. And that was well held by Knight. So Portsmouth still looking for further goals. Good save by Stephen Pears. Some delightful football being served up here by Portsmouth. Beresford rolling that one forward. Borough literally chasing shadows at the moment. This is Cool, Martin Cool. Oh, what a goal from Martin Cool.
A 25-yard special from Martin Cool, his first goal of the season, made it 4. And the only consolation for Borough was that was how it ended, on a day that could have ended in real humiliation.
Yet, despite the break, you now join Blackburn Rovers and Cambridge United on 41 points at the top.
Yeah, well, that was fine, but I mean, unfortunately, the next game at Portsmouth saw us come off it, to say the least. But I mean, we played on the Thursday in what was a more than usually physically demanding game because of the wind. Now, I should have flown down on Friday, but I didn't. We went on a coach for 6 hours, and to be quite honest, when we got on against Portsmouth, we couldn't pick our legs up, and they were very good. But at the end of the day, I've learnt we'll never do that again. Credit to Portsmouth on the day, they played very, very well. We'd have had to be at our best to get a result, but we weren't. we were at our worst, and you know, everything went in, they hit, and we got what we deserved. But that's proved hopefully a bonus in that the players understood that if they were below par, anybody could humiliate them. And when we go to Portsmouth in the 5th round of the Cup, that'll be fresh in their minds.
On New Year's Day, it's back to Ayresome Park for a showdown with promotion rivals Derby County.
Having trouble with the wind there. He's got a little time here. Fans not liking it, but referee allowing time. See how strong the wind is there. Ripley gets the ball across. Oh, it's there! Nicky Mohan got the header. Bernie Slaven got a boot to it as well. Whether it was over the line or not, I'm not too sure. We'll see on the replay here. Mohan gets the header in. Down it goes. Beats Shilton. Oh, and prodded over the line by Bernie Slaven. Any sort of confusion there. Simon Coleman supporting the Derby attack. But Borough get it away. Chance here for Stuart Ripley going in on goalkeeper Shilton. Oh, another magnificent save from Peter Shilton, celebrating his 200th game for Derby with a magnificent display here. So Derby coming forward again. McMinn cut out by Parkinson. McMinn having another go. Down goes Ormond Royd, but McMinn's broken clear. A chance here for Derby County. Turns it back. Open goal. No bother at all there. Martin Chalk coming in at the far post. Squares the game in the 61st minute. Slaven. Phillips getting it wide. Back to Phillips. Jimmy Phillips, a good crosser of the ball, but coming inside, tries the shot himself this time, and once more Shilton flicks it over the bar. A big kick by Stephen Pears. Hooked on by Wilkinson. Payton's shot, saved by Shilton. Patterson got it away.
So Borough missed their chance to get the new year off to a flying start. The bad news for Mark Proctor is that his first half knee injury will keep him out of Saturday's FA Cup third round tie against Manchester City.
Well, you also have been creating a goal or two as well.
Yeah, it's not like me to be scoring the goals. I've got 2 and also 1 own goal last week. But it's just nice to score. It's nice to be in a position to score. But if somebody else is doing it and we're winning, I'm not really bothered as long as the goals are going in.
Tell us about the 2 goals.
Yeah, the first was against Charlton, home debut from the injury. John Hendry's got the ball out wide. He's crossed it in, and I've managed to get in front of the defence and just flick the ball into the goal. The second one was against Derby, another set piece. The ball's floated over, and I've got in front of the defence again and managed to flick a header in. Benny was going to claim it, but he thought, no, he let me have it.
I'd like to remind you about a beautiful through ball too, which opened up the Manchester City defence.
Yeah, it was just the gaffer tells us to turn the defence as often as we can. The ball was played into me, and I've just tried to play it over the top of the defence, and luckily we've got on the end of it. Wilkes has squared it and Robbie's put it in, and that's got us going really. But it's like I say, the gaffer told us to work on that type of thing to try and turn the defence, and it's worked.
Just 1 month after knocking their First Division hosts out of the Rumbelows Cup, the question is, will Borough be made to pay for their moments of giant-killing glory? A crowd of over 21,000 is at Ayresome Park.
City playing it around with great confidence this afternoon. A chance here for Quinn. Quinn gets the shot in. Oh, over the bar. So Poynton with a throw. And City confident that they will avoid another upset here at Ayresome Park. Borough, of course, tipped them out of the Rumbelows League Cup. Now looking to do so in the FA Cup. A chance here for Bernie Slaven. He's got the chance for the shot. Oh, checked again. Still making space for himself, and Tony Coton able to pull that one down. Phillips in a little bit of trouble. Oh, still not cleared. This is White. Gets the ball across. Oh, and in came Quinn. So City still piecing together these attacks. Quinn takes it on his chest. Chance here for Reid, and Reid scored! Peter Reid, his first goal of the season. In fact, his first goal since April 1990 puts Manchester City into the lead. Chance here for Ripley. Ripley going through, gets the shot in. Oh, forced just wide. Corner it is. Stuart Ripley using all his strength there to force his way through the packed defence. And he wins a corner. Crowd really behind Borough now. And the big men up, waiting for Ripley's cross. Wilkinson coming late. Made the contact there. Chance here, shots in from Wilkinson. Forced in by Ripley. But the goal's disallowed. The referee signalling a free kick to Manchester City. Protests all around, having a word there with Redmond and Peter Reid. And the free kick given. So it's still Manchester City 1. Middlesbrough 0 at the moment. Quinn tries a shot. Great save from Stephen Pears. Superb goalkeeping. What a season he's having. Quinn just got the touch. Some good football being played by Manchester City. This is Poynton. Back to Poynton again. Hughes still on the left. Reid just prods the ball through. Oh, and a chance here. Over the top. White prodded out his foot, but couldn't control the shot. Corner then to Middlesbrough. To the near post this time. That one slid through the 6-yard box. No red shirts could get on the end of it. So another corner to Borough. Just barely 10 minutes left for play. Still trailing by 1-0. Hushed expectancy now. The ball flicked across. Oh, it's there! Flicked in by Alan Kernaghan. Well, you can see the delight. The corner taken to the near post. Kernaghan gets up, beats them all with that headed flick. And Middlesbrough are back in business. Well, a replay could be on now at Main Road in 10 days' time. Pollock knocking that one through. Shot there, oh, it's there! Wilkinson! Didn't need to be asked twice. 2 goals in 60 seconds here for Middlesbrough. Young Pollock it was who knocked that ball through. And Curl couldn't get it away. Wilkinson fires it into the net, and Borough are in front. Well, would you believe it? Desperate days these for Manchester City. Could be on their way out of the FA Cup at the hands of Middlesbrough. The clock ticking away, and Borough 2-1 up. Cross coming in, a chance here. Oh, and Ripley's hit the post. Beautiful cross this. And Ripley comes in, he's got all the time in the world. Borough really looking good value now. City desperate to get that ball into the Middlesbrough penalty area. Quinn wants the handball. The referee waves play on. Ripley. Redmond. Quinn jumping well again. A chance here for White.
Just as he'd done in the Rumbelows Cup, Paul Wilkinson had delivered the decisive blow, but this time in far more dramatic circumstances. Cup glory against the men from Main Road tastes just as sweet the second time around, and the prize this time will be a fourth round trip to Sheffield Wednesday.
Well, Alan, Manchester City seems to be a favourite opponent for you.
Yes, the way we played against them in both the games was very good. Especially the second game, coming back from the goal down. You know, we showed a lot of character, and I managed to get in the score sheet for a change.
Well, in the first game you headed against the Man City upright too, didn't you, in the early stages?
From a corner again, from Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy's producing some great corners at the moment. Fortunately, I've been getting on the end of them.
And of course, it was your shot which the keeper parried to set up for Paul Wilkinson.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd forgot about that actually, to tell you the truth. It seems that long ago with having the 2 weeks off and everything. It seems a long time ago, but good memories.
And then the FA Cup, you notched the crucial equaliser.
Yeah, it came at a good time really. I think there was about 10-15 minutes to go. And another great corner from Jimmy Phillips, and just managed to get in front of Niall Quinn.
Were you getting anxious at that time?
Well, we usually when we get anxious, you start playing, you know, hopeful long balls up to the front people. But at that stage, we hadn't resorted to that yet. And scoring so quickly as we did again with Paul was really good for us. We were under a bit of pressure at the end, but managed to hold out.
Exciting time, Jamie, for a 17-year-old.
Oh, definitely so. I'm very pleased to be involved with the team this season, especially when it's doing so well.
You can't have imagined to be playing in top-class games against First Division sides so early.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, you always hope that you do well and that, you know, you can break into the first team. But even so, I never thought I would be playing against the likes of Manchester City twice and, you know, Sheffield Wednesday. So you know, I'm thrilled to be part of the team which is doing well.
Well, you were made the Evening Gazette's man of the match in that FA Cup tie against Manchester City. You must have been thrilled with that.
Oh, I was over the moon. I enjoyed it. You know, I was playing against two well-known players, Peter Reid and Steve McMahon, and I enjoyed the challenge. It was always going to be a battle. You know, I felt confident before the game I could do well, and it was just up to me to come and prove it, which, you know, I felt I did quite well.
Nervous before the match?
No, not really, because sometimes I tend to get too nervous and then my game goes down, so I'm coping better now. When I made my debut I was very nervous, you know, and I didn't do too well, but I try to not be nervous now, and I find it helps me if I'm not. I just put it at the back of my mind and it helps me.
And now, of course, you're getting used to the...
That's right, yeah. I mean, it took me a long time to get used to the crowd and the big match occasion, but, you know, I've got used to it a lot better now and enjoying my football a lot more.
Well, then it's Manchester City again. I mean, what were your feelings when you were drawn against Manchester City in the FA Cup as well?
I was amazed at the coincidence of it, really, when there's all those teams in the third round. I shouldn't think they'd been too happy. Now, the difference was in this game, they outplayed us in the first half, and we were lucky to come in one down. We did a bit better at the start of the second half, and then it was time to have a gamble. And I made a double substitution, which I'd warned the players about at half-time, and it came off. Goals went in, bang, bang. We were, I mean, to be fair, we deserved a draw, but Manchester City were a little bit unfortunate to go out. But, I mean, they conceded a goal from a corner, which they can't be very happy about, and then there was a loose ball bouncing down the middle. So the nature of the goals they conceded, it serves them right. But over the 90 minutes, to be fair to them, they probably deserved the draw, but that's life, that's cup football.
60 explosive seconds, in fact.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then it's Manchester City again, this time the FA Cup third round. You can't have imagined that you could beat them twice, surely?
I don't know, maybe people didn't think we could, but on our day I think we're good enough to beat anybody in all divisions, especially the way we've been playing this year, and you know, we went out with the right attitude. They played well first half and scored the goal and deservedly went in 1-0 up at half time, but to the second half we came out, we kept playing away at them. got a bit of pressure onto them, and then when Andy came on, we started knocking the ball a bit further over the top, and we created the 2 goals.
Well, Alan got the first, of course, and then 60 seconds later, you're on
yeah,
target.
it was. I think it was Jamie played a long ball through, and Andy chased it, and I think it was Keith Curl sort of won the header, and the ball just dropped on the half volley, and it was just an instinctive strike really. I just took a swing at it, and it went straight in the top corner. So it was a nice goal.
One of the most exciting of the season, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they're all great, especially against teams like that, but for us to come back and win the game was important, because we hadn't been down at home many times during the season, so to come back and win against a team like that gave us a big boost for the rest of the season then.
4 days later, Borough are back on cup duty, this time with a Rumbelows Cup quarter-final tie against 3rd Division Peterborough, conquerors of mighty Liverpool. With Peake and Peyton both cup-tied, winger John Hendry makes his comeback before the biggest crowd at London Road since 1986.
Sterling away, but not succeeding. Jimmy Phillips now bringing the ball forward for Middlesbrough. This is Hendry going to go at the left flank now. And a touch there from Slaven, and it's free for Wilkinson, a little cheeky back heel. And there's the danger of Bernie Slaven. And sometimes he may go a little bit AWOL from games, but when he turns up in that penalty area, he can be so dangerous. The break was so quick. Slaven only needed a little bit of a touch, and that was just the width of a post away, and Wilkinson couldn't capitalise there. That was a close escape for Peterborough. Slaven out wide. Hendry with a cross, and Ripley, it's hit the bar. I think he got a deflection as the shot came in, and Ripley finding the woodwork the second time that Middlesbrough have done so. On a fast break, Hendry's cross, Ripley, and it just ballooned up there and onto the bar. It's the usual ploy, Robinson the target, but it's rather overhit. Moen and Phillips between them can get it clear to Ripley. Now can Ripley use his pace? Oh, Sterling doing his bit to keep up with him, but still Ripley's going. Ripley could go all the way here. Opens it up as far as Slaven, and down, a great shot in there by Hendry, and Barber was sharp to deal with that one, but an impressive build-up back by Middlesbrough. Right from dealing deep in their own penalty area, Ripley was the danger man who threatened. Opening up the play there for Bernie Slaven, and back for Hendry, who whipped in the shot, and Barber did well. Now Charlery was a good 20-odd yards. He found the target, but Stephen Pears had just come off his line those crucial few yards. But it was a rare chance for Charlery to line up a good shot, and Pears held on well. Kernahan on the near post, gets a flick to it. That one came back off the bar. And another narrow escape that. Wilkinson was in there. I'll have to have a closer look at that one as Phillips bangs the ball away. That was desperately close again for Peterborough though. Phillips with the corner kick in towards the near post, the touch on there, and yes, it came back off the bar from Wilkinson. That's the third time Middlesbrough have found the woodwork. Wilkinson will come from the deep position, Barber's come out there, and it's away there, off the line, it's still not clear. Wilkinson had knocked it back again, it was Luke, I believe, who was right back there in the key position. And really, in truth, Stephen Pears hasn't had to make too many saves, but it was alarm bells ringing again there, with Luke getting the danger away for Peterborough.
So a match Middlesbrough never looked like losing ends goalless. Liverpool's conquerors saved by good fortune and the woodwork. But Borough will have home advantage in the replay.
Back to the Rumbelows League Cup. Can't get away from the Cup, and it's Peterborough United away. Not an easy game, this, is it?
Very
They've
difficult.
already tipped Liverpool out.
Yeah, they fancied their chances, and it worked in our favour, because they saw us as the only non-first division side left in it, and they thought, oh, this will do us. and that worked in our favour. We were very solid and professional there. They only had a couple of shots in the early part of the game where we were finding our feet, but we were distinctly unlucky not to win it first time. Hit the bar 3 times. We were the best side of the night, no question or doubt about that, and we finished stronger, but credit to them. You know, they battled away and they got another bite of the cherry.
Meanwhile, back in the promotion race, Borough's next test is a crucial encounter with second-placed Ipswich. Peyton and Peake, both cup-tied against Peterborough, return to the subs bench.
John Henry, the number 10. Runs over the ball. Just gets it across and over the bar. Well worked free kick, that one. Just couldn't get over the ball to get the final shot on target. Alan Kernigan then with the free kick. Drills it into the danger zone. Headed away by Dazelle. Played wide by Pollock. Pollock again. Oh, that's a fine shot by Pollock. Brings the best out of Craig Forrest. So Ipswich haven't shown much as an attacking force. This is Kiwamia, one of the star strikers. Bernie Slaven, though, back in possession. Couldn't quite get that one through. John Walk able to tidy up. Walk, of course, who was previously with Borough. Released last summer. Chance here for Andy Peyton. Peyton gets the shot in. Oh, he's hit the post. How unlucky can you get? He's just come on as a substitute, and he fires this one against the foot of the post. In comes the cross again. Headed away by Stockwell. Corner to Borough. Still no score, though. Middlesbrough doing most of the pressing, just unable to break down this well-organised Ipswich defence. Jimmy Phillips then with the corner kick. Nicely flighted. Oh, Peyton's there! He's forced it in! Andy Peyton scored his second goal for Borough. 79th minute of the game. It all stemmed from this Phillips corner. Headed back again, and Peyton just got the touch to edge it past Craig Forrest. 1-0.
Second half sub Andy Peyton secures 3 precious points with his second goal for Borough since his record £750,000 move from Hull City. And that puts Lenny Lawrence's men back in the top 3, 2 points behind leaders Blackburn.
And he must have been delighted, first of all, to get on in the game, because you're on the bench and you've struggled to get back into the side since that injury.
Yeah, I mean, the lads have been playing really well. I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion for me up here like it was at Hull City. I mean, we've a team full of very good players, so it's going to be hard.
But when you did get on, you certainly made an impression.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was delighted to get on, and you know, I like to get on, run about, give 100%, and you know, got the goal luckily, you know, for us, and 3 points in the bag. So I mean, we're all delighted with it.
A training injury rules Bernie Slaven out of the match against Millwall, so Andy Peyton gets his chance to return to the starting lineup at the Den.
Stevenson with the corner kick. Over there by over the top. Good save by Pears. It's McCarthy who got on the end of that one. Stevenson, short one this time. Ian Dawes with a shot. Oh. And Alan McCleary couldn't make a clean contact there. Stevenson again. McCarthy with the header. Oh, and McGinley got the touch, and that's beaten Pears. It's 1-0 to Millwall in the 40th minute. John McGinley, the scorer, a former Bury player. Free kick then. Parkinson. Taken by Davison. An easy ball to deal with. Henry. Parkinson. Good cross. Chance here maybe. Well, Peyton got the header in but couldn't get any power behind it.
So Alex Ray's late strike finally kills off Borough, but on a day when Ipswich are the only side in the top 6 to claim 3 points, the damage is limited.
I mean, what went wrong down at the Den? Because that was really a shock result, wasn't it? Millwall 2, Middlesbrough 0.
Yeah, that's right. We they played really well, and I don't think we were really on the ball for the day. There was a few people, including myself, not really up to it, I don't think, and they turned us over. But really, it gave us a kick up the backside, and we got it going the next game.
Well, then a trip to London and an infamous game at the Den.
Yeah, if that's not the focal point and the turning point of the season away from home, then we won't do it, or we won't be in the top 2 anyway. I mean, I didn't believe we could lose, and I picked a very attacking side, which was a poor selection on my part, and we didn't get first. They outplayed us really. I mean, in the second half we got back into it, and we might have pinched a point at the end. But I mean, it was a poor performance, and I think the players sat in that dressing room afterwards, they couldn't believe it, and nor could I. And I'm hoping that with the 2 away victories since then, that's triggered off a resurgence in the away form and made them understand at long last what they need to do to win games wherever they are.
After another cold snap that forces 3 weeks inactivity, next up is Hillsborough and the long-awaited FA Cup 4th round tie against Sheffield Wednesday.
Forward by King. Oh, that's Hurst, he's through here. David Hurst, 1-0 Sheffield Wednesday. Well, now he has got 15 goals this season. Here's Williams. A adroit little player. And he's got Hyde in a good position here. It's too long for Hurst and Worthington, initially anyway. Worthington tries to retrieve it and does. Palmer! Good effort. He thought it was a corner, but referee's given a goal kick. Well, Middlesbrough have made some progress down that left-hand side. Left back Jimmy Phillips supporting the attack well. He's got Musto in support here, number 6. Oh, there's Ripley, and Ripley again, and a good save by Chris Wood. Smart reactions from Ripley by the England goalkeeper. That was a better save perhaps than it may have looked. It happened so quickly. Good flick on by Wilkinson. Oh, here's Hendry with a great chance. 1-1. Well taken by John Hendry. He struck that really well, but Sheffield Wednesday's defence will be less than happy with the way they dealt with that. The Wilkinson flick seemed to make them freeze. There's the header on, and I think it's Warhurst that's in trouble there. And he gives Hendry a great chance, which he takes with great confidence. Forward by King. Williams the runner. Puts it back well for Hurst. Here's Harks with a great chance. Oh, what a good challenge. But it's Palmer. And Hyde. Well, Middlesbrough will break here with Ripley. And there's only one man back, it's Warhurst. And still Ripley. Makes room for the shot. Oh, it was so close. And that's what the fans honestly want to see. Excitement first at one end, then almost instantly at the other. Made his league debut as a 16-year-old with Birmingham back in the 70-71 season, did Trevor. And it's Kernigan driving it forward for Middlesbrough. And here's Wilkinson. Defender slipped, and Wilkinson has scored. And Middlesbrough have taken the lead. They've done what they did in the 3rd round. Come from 1-0 down to lead 2-1. And the man who's brought the second goal to their delighted supporters is Paul Wilkinson. 20 minutes to go, the free kick taken, the flick on, and dear oh dear, is that Warhurst or Pearson there who got caught? Pearson, I think, this time. It was the captain who got caught, and he couldn't recover, and Wilkinson finished in style. Forward towards Pearson, up goes Kernigan, Jimmy Phillips with the header. Oh, it's come back off the Middlesbrough player to Hurst. Great stop by Stephen Pears. Wonderful save. Might earn his team a place in the 5th round, but it's not over yet.
So another memorable cup night for Middlesbrough as they go through to the last 16 of the FA Cup for the first time since 1984.
And then you're back on the score sheet against Sheffield Wednesday. the opening goal, which brought you back to 1-1. Shock start, really.
Aye, well, we had a bad start in the first four minutes. David has scored a good goal, but I mean, we started well actually. I mean, apart from that, I mean, we sort of made more chances. Myself and Stuart Ripley were through a couple of times, but as you say, I mean, we pulled one back just before half time, and I mean, that sort of seemed to turn things around for us.
Tell us about your goal.
Well, all I can recall is sort of Pearsy sort of just having a long punt down the pitch, Paul Wilkinson flicking on, and me sort of just going through in the keeper, and I never looked at him. I just turned around and whacked it. I was delighted with that one.
Well, Lenny, as I said at the beginning, a really exciting chapter this in the history of the club. Looking forward to maybe a semi-final game against Manchester United.
One game at a time.
But you're looking good.
Hope so. Let's hope we can keep it going.
Despite the odd hiccup away from home, Borough continue to take great strides under their new manager, Lenny Lawrence. Club success has been a thrilling bonus, providing a priceless boost to confidence. Dramatic wins against Manchester City and Sheffield Wednesday have proved Borough are once again a force to be reckoned with, while consistency at Ayresome Park has kept promotion hopes on the boil. Hopes for the final 3 months of the season are high, and you can continue to watch the action unfold on video. Look out for Volume 4.